Welcome to an island surrounded by sea, where the docks and fishing villages start the outer edge of the adventure. Travel inland to the countryside and farms, and there, cutting through, lies several railway lines. Follow the rails and end up finding an assortment of colourful engines. Engines of all shapes and sizes, from old to new, steam to diesel, the really useful crew. See the infrastructure rolling right along the rails, and hear the stories they endeavour each and every day. These are Trackmaster Productions' Thomas Stories. Arthur and the Fishy Express. Arthur is an engine that works at the fishing village and pulls the flying kipper sometimes when Henry is away. He likes the smell of fish, and his spotless record is always clean to him. One day, Arthur puffed in the Knapford Station. Gordon pulled in with the express. "Ugh," he groaned. "You smell like you've slept with the fishes, not delivered them," said Gordon. "What do you mean, Gordon?" said Arthur. "You reek, and you may want to puff along before Fat Hat gets hungry," said Gordon. Arthur puffed away with his trucks of smelly fish. The next morning, Arthur was pulling the fish train again. He puffed over bridges and pulled through stations. He puffed through Knapford again. Gordon puffed out at the station and called out, "Would you like some chips with that train?" Arthur was cross. He puffed into the fishing village and was uncoupled from the train. As he was puffing along, he saw Sir Topham Hatt up ahead in Winston. "Arthur, I need you to pull the express today and take the passengers to the docks before the ship leaves," he said. Arthur was nervous. Arthur puffed into Knapford Station and backed down on the train. The passengers started chattering. "What a smelly engine," said one. "We can't ride with an engine that smells of fish," said another. The station master was cross. "There are no other engines available. You either get on or you will be left behind." The passengers grudgingly climbed aboard. Arthur was so sad he almost cried. "Cheer up," said his driver. "You are being a really useful engine by helping these passengers." Arthur puffed out of the station. He steamed through the countryside with the express. The sun shone and the air was nice and cool. He felt better as he saw the docks in the distance. He steamed into the docks, tired but triumphant. The passengers disembarked and Arthur puffed away. A few days later, Arthur was pulling another fish train from the fishing village. He was travelling backwards along the line. He couldn't see behind him, so his driver was looking out of the cab. Suddenly, he heard a warning whistle. Arthur heard some wheels rattling in the distance. It was Gordon, and he was out of control. He rattled by Arthur, spraying debris all over him. "Cut the trucks loose," called Arthur. "We can't just leave the trucks on the main line," said his driver. "Just do it." Arthur's driver uncoupled the trucks and clambered back into the cab. Arthur raced as fast as he could to keep up with Gordon. His pistons pumped and he tried to get in front of him. "Arthur, help me stop! Help me stop!" called Gordon. Arthur pulled ahead and saw a junction. Suddenly, Percy was coming from the other direction. Arthur was sure he was going to crash. Luckily, a quick-thinking station master switched the points just in time. "Woo!" said Percy. Arthur was now in front and gradually slowed down until Gordon's puffers touched his own. Arthur braked as hard as he could. Sparks flew and steam sprayed everywhere. "We're not slowing down," called Arthur. Suddenly, there was a sharp bend ahead. Arthur knew he couldn't stop the train in time. "Brace for an impact," called Arthur. 1 minute they were on the rails, and with a screeching crash, the two engines were engraved into the dirt. Luckily, the passenger cars were empty, and no one was hurt from the accident. Arthur felt battered and dented. Later, Rocky arrived to clear up the mess. He lifted Gordon up first and put him on the tracks. "Well, at least you had good intentions, but you shouldn't have ran off and left your train on the main line. But I can forgive you neglecting the fish train for taking heroic actions to save Gordon," said Sir Topman. "Yes, sir. Sorry, sir," said Arthur sadly. Arthur was repaired and pulled the express. The passengers were sorry for not giving him a chance, and Arthur puffed out of Knapford Station with a giant smile on his face. Hello everybody, I'm Thomas the Tank Engine. If you want to see more videos, click on these links here. And if you want to see more content, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next station very soon. Gotta go.